Savings challenges are all the rage these days, and for good reason. By starting a savings challenge, you are building the habit of saving and making savings a priority in your life. It's also a fun and engaging way to reach your important goals that you have for yourself. If you take on a big savings challenge, it can be really exciting to see if you can stick with it, and in the end, you'll have a nice cash reward. Today, I'm talking about the best savings challenges to help you beef up your savings account. Hey there, I'm Cameron from Triggator. This channel is dedicated to helping you keep track of your money, save for the future, and pay off debt fast. If that's something you need in your life, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and get notified every time I put out a new video. Now, before you go into a savings challenge, there are some important things that you should consider. Think about these questions before you begin. Number one, are you trying to pay off debt? Paying off debt doesn't mean you shouldn't save, but it may limit you on the amount that you can save. Putting as much money toward debt as possible will help you become debt-free faster. Try to balance out how much you can and/or should save and how much you should put toward debt. Number two, have you established your budget? Budgeting is an important step to saving. You'll need to know that you can cover all your necessary expenses before you start a challenge. Number three, in light of your budget, are you strapped for cash? Don't overexert yourself trying to save. Saving is important, but if it becomes too much of a strain on you, you will hate it and it might make you want to quit. Again, create a balance between how much you are saving so that you feel like you're making progress without causing undue stress on yourself. Now let's talk about a few tips for success. Number one, make your goal specific. What are you saving for? A vacation, a wedding, new furniture, car, maybe an emergency fund. A specific goal will help you stick with it to the end. If you don't have a specific thing that you are trying to save for, your goal could be just to build a habit of saving and have money for things that show up unexpectedly. Whatever your goal is, write it down. Number two, track your progress. Use printables or another tracking method like a jar or envelope. I have free printable tracking sheets to go along with these savings challenges on my website. I will leave a link in the description below. What gets measured gets done. Watching your savings grow will keep you motivated. It will also serve as a reminder to keep saving if you fall off track for a while. Number three, don't spend it. Keep saving your money until you reach your goal. If you don't feel like cooking one night, this isn't snitch money. Ordering pizza isn't going to help you save up for that new furniture that you want. If you don't leave it alone, it will never grow and you'll never hit your goal. So now on to savings challenges, starting with the easiest ones to do. Number one, the round down challenge. This challenge does not require using cash and is very easy to do. Every week you round down your checking balance to the nearest $10 and transfer it into savings. This challenge is great if you don't have a lot of money to save and will add up over time. This is my worksheet for the challenge that I've been doing. I hardly feel like I'm saving at all, yet my account is growing. You won't save a ton of money with this method, but it's better than nothing. Right now I'm on track to having an extra $300 by the end of a year. The goal of this challenge is to make a consistent habit of saving. Number two, keep the change challenge. This is another easy savings challenge to add to your saving without really noticing it. In this case, you spend cash, but you keep all your change from your transactions. You'd want to put the change into a jar, and at the end of a few months, or when the jar is full, whatever you decide, you can deposit or cash in your change. I remember doing this very nonchalantly several years ago. I'd always pay cash with bills and then I'd throw the change into my jar. Several months later, I had something come up that I needed to travel on short notice. My best friend was getting married in another state. Of course, I was broke because I hadn't started budgeting, but I had my change jar. It turns out there was enough money in the jar that I could afford the gas to drive to her wedding. So again, even small amounts can add up and be very helpful. If you don't use cash, there are banks that will allow you to round up purchases with your debit card, and then they will transfer the money to your savings for you. I believe Bank of America has a program like this. I use the debit card Acorns. It rounds up my purchases and transfers my change into my investment accounts. I love this because I don't really miss the money, and along with my other investments, it will grow and earn interest over time. Number 3, the dice challenge. This one you're going to be saving every day and turn saving into a fun game. What you will do is roll a dice every day and save the amount of money that is on the dice. This makes it so you're saving $1 to $6 a day. So at the very least, you'd save $365 in a year, and at most $21.90 in a year. It's not a bad amount to come up with in a year's time for playing a game. If you don't have envelopes to stash stuff, an alternative would be to transfer the money from your checking to your savings. Roll the dice every day, keep track of the amount that you're going to save, and then maybe at the end of the week, make one transfer into savings. This could be any amount from $7 to $42 in a week. You likely won't roll all 1s or 6s, so if you're playing the averages, over the course of the year, you could come up with about $1,200. Number 4, the $20 savings challenge. If you like a steadier approach to saving, you could try the $20 challenge, where you simply put $20 a week into envelopes or into a savings account. Keep track of it weekly on paper so you can see your progress and not miss a week. At the end of the year, you will have $1,040. Number 5, the 52-week challenge. This one is really popular. You deposit a matching dollar amount to the week that you are on. So if you're on week 1, you deposit $1. If you're on week 10, you deposit $10. All the way until week 52, where you deposit $52. The tricky part is that because you're increasing your savings each week, it might be difficult to always make your deposit into savings. So here are some tips that might help. Idea number 1, if you start the year at the beginning of the year, start in reverse. This will allow you to feed off your motivation and get the higher dollar amounts out of the way first. If you celebrate Christmas, you can deposit the smaller amounts toward the end of the year, and that will make it easier to save. Deposit the money into your savings account each week. Idea number 2, do the challenge out of order. If you have a week where you have money to spare, choose a higher amount to deposit that week. Then on weeks where you're short on cash, you can choose a lower dollar amount. This will help you stay consistent with your savings goal and see it through to the end. Number 6, the 100 envelope challenge. This challenge is taking the difficulty up a notch, so if you want a real challenge, this one is for you. Take 100 envelopes and label them from 1 to 100. Every week, select an envelope from your stack and stuff cash into it that matches the number on the envelope. This can be done sequentially or randomly. If you pick envelope number 42, put $42 into it. If you pick envelope number 78, put $78 into it. Or envelope number 2, put $2 into it. If you want to go cashless for this option, you could put the numbers on index cards and draw a card from your deck, and then deposit the money into your savings account that matches the number. Number 7, $1,000 in 30 days challenge. This might be a real challenge for you, but the bigger the challenge, the bigger the reward, right? This challenge is great if you're trying to build up an emergency fund or if you want to get money quickly. Depending on your financial situation, this challenge might require more than just setting aside some money periodically from your paycheck. You might need to work a side job, pick up extra hours at work, cut spending from your budget, or sell some things to meet your goal. There are different ways of doing this challenge, but it's best to have a specific plan that will work for you. You could split the savings evenly by saving $35 a day, $250 a week. Or I have a printable that breaks the savings into various amounts that add up to $1,000. Choose what will work best for you and that you know you can stick to. Number 8, the $10,000 challenge. This amount is the biggest one yet. Depending on your goals, you might be looking to tuck away a bigger amount of money. This could be money going toward an emergency fund, saving for a car, or a down payment on a house. Whatever you're saving for, make sure it's important enough for you to stick to it. I'm going to break down the saving amount for $10,000 into a yearly goal. If you need the money sooner, just do some math and figure out how much you need to save from each paycheck to reach your goal. This is another challenge that you might want to employ some extra help, like a part-time job or selling some things to help you reach your goal faster. To meet your goal of $10,000 in a year, you will need to save either $27.40 per day, $193 per week, $385 every other week, or $834 per month. Now let's move on to the last savings challenge that is a bit different from the rest. Number 9, the no spend challenge. In this challenge, you are saving money by having a spending fast. It's popular to choose a month and not spend any discretionary money during that month. Now, obviously, there will be things that you have to spend on during the month. You can't forego necessary living expenses like mortgage or rent, utilities, groceries, or putting gas in your car so you can make it to work. But you could eliminate all discretionary spending for an entire month. You'll want to establish rules for your no spend challenge of what's not allowed, like eliminating eating out, shopping online, entertainment, or any splurge items. Now keep in mind that a no spend challenge will be wasted if you go crazy and spend all of the extra money at the end of the challenge. So decide what you're gonna do with the money that you saved from your no spend month. You could transfer it into your savings account, or maybe it'll just allow you to get caught up on some old bills. Many people who take the challenge are surprised about what they learn from a no spend month, like their ability to abstain from spending money unwisely and how much they would have spent if they had followed their impulses. I'd love to hear what challenge you're going to do in the comments below. And if you'd like to hear more tips about saving money, be sure to watch this video next. Good luck, let me know how your savings challenges go, and I will see you next time.